Okay, y'all, I'm going to give some time for some people to get in the room before we discuss on what is Peyton Charles breakup. Hey y'all. Okay, so we can get started. So y'all, what y'all doing for the pink moon today? Because your girl is in here beating some pink beads for the pink moon. But I did want to come get on live and talk about Peyton's breakup, y'all. Y'all, here's the thing. As a vlog, before I even get into her vlog, as a vlogger, it's like a catch-22 whether you share your relationship, right? We've seen so many vlogging channels or vloggers who got in relationships and then their channel took off because everybody loves a good love story, right? I definitely understand not wanting to show your man or the person you're dating and waiting. That seems to be a new thing today. Like, we're not trying to show anybody until we're like ready to get married. And I get it. I get it. But let's keep into perspective what would have happened had Peyton shown him earlier. Had she not waited 7 months to show his face? Because almost immediately after she showed his face is when all this tea came out. Crazy work. Crazy work. So I watched the vlog, y'all. I watched the vlog, and the first thing that really caught my attention was when he gave her his phone and was like, guess the password, right? I was like, what is going on here? What is going on here? Peyton seemed chill, but I was like really annoyed with it. Because first of all, baby, I know you're not in her $1 million house talking about some guess the password to my phone and you can get in. I would have immediately gave that phone back to that man and told him, go ahead and mess up if you want to, and you're going to FAFO. I would not have been checking no phone. I'm not really a phone person, y'all. I don't do a whole bunch of checking phones, checking social medias, because what goes on in the dark will come out in the light eventually, right? So I was already kind of taken back by that whole thing. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, and I should have known based on the title of her blog and with that happening that something was going on. One thing I've noticed that Peyton has talked a lot about her trauma from infidelity and so on. And it's like a catch-22 when telling men. Like, sometimes I feel like I know we want to tell men because we want to be like, this is why I move the way I move. But also, it's one of those things where it's like you're almost giving him a permission what he might be able to get away with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really too keen on dumping my trauma. Not saying she did, but I'm pretty sure she spoke to us about it. Her her subscribers, then she most definitely probably told him as well about why, she has certain feelings towards things. She's also talked about the trauma in a sense of, you could tell she's very, very aware that she's not as trustworthy, right? By right. Like, if we want to keep it a buck, I'm the same way. Like, I've experienced a lot and I tend to move a certain way because of it. Y'all, I'm looking at my notes because I really wrote notes for real on this, okay? Um, Also, I wanted to touch on y'all, and this is real. This don't even have to nothing to do with Peyton per se, But have y'all noticed, like, Keisha Cole, Summer Walker, like, all the girls be getting on stage singing these songs and they be breaking down. And baby, I be so mad. Y'all, I be so mad. Like, these men really be out here moving big wild, not even caring about the damage that they do to individuals. And that was one of the things that Peyton spoke about as well, like in her vlog, about how you keep playing with people and people really be having PTSD, and they sometimes be like one situation away from snapping, y'all. One situation away from snapping. And I've even spoke about this with my sister baby mama, spoke about this with her in regards to my daughter's father. Like, he just be out there joint moving real wild with women, and I don't really want me or my daughter in a crossfire of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because he messed around with the wrong one who might be having some PTSD or might be really sick of these and on her last leg. I don't want to be a victim to that, and nor do I want to be pulled into it, right? So she's definitely right about these men not really being aware that their behavior can be very, very what's the word I want to use? Detrimental, right? To not only the woman that he is doing things to, but also her family, also himself, his family. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else do I have here. Oh, also speaking about the trauma, when you have trauma and you're fully aware of, like, the trauma that you may have rooted in infidelity and things happening with relationships, I feel like when you're aware, you tend to maybe be hard on yourself and don't take things as intuition, right? So it may be a situation that kind of like rubbed you wrong. I'm pretty sure Peyton had some clues, right? Peyton had some clues. As much as she say that, she has nothing bad to say about him. He showed up, perfect, whatever. I definitely think there were things that maybe she put on herself. Like, okay, maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe I'm just not trustworthy. Not trusting of this guy, and so on. So a lot of times we really have to be aware that, yeah, we may have a little bit of trauma rooted in those particular in relationships and abuse and infidelity and so on. But our intuitive energy can save us in so many circumstances. So many circumstances. Y'all supposed to be beating, but I'm like talking. They then had a conversation. So after the phone thing, it did pan over to her having a conversation with him. And you can hear him on the phone trying to beg or whatever. One thing that pissed me off was the way that he was like testing her temperature. Like, where are we? What do you mean, where are we? I can't even give you an answer to where we're at because I'm not even clear on exactly what is going on in this moment, right? And it was just like, I was just like, I don't like the pressure of her having to make a decision about where they're at and how she's feeling in that moment where she's still trying to get clarity on the situation and what is exactly going on. It sounded like he groomed her in a way. And when I say groomed her, I feel like he had already given her a heads up that, well, if you post me, women might slide in your DM, or, people might come to you. How are we going to handle this type of thing? And it's like, bruh, if you're moving correctly, then should nobody be sliding in my DM. I just refuse to believe that women are just out here trying to ruin relationships for the heck of it. Are there some? Yes. But it's more likely that the man is probably moving a little shady as a result of receiving any type of messages from a woman. I appreciate the fact that Peyton definitely gave this girl a chance, y'all. She gave her a chance. She saw the evidence. She took the evidence in. She read the messages. The girl sent screenshots, apparently, of messages between him and her. And she didn't just take his word for it. You know what I'm saying? It's so important that we start being women. That we really start being women and having conversations with other women. Now, I'm not saying be a come to you as a woman type of chick. She spoke about that as well. And I agree with her. I'm definitely not a come to you as a woman type of chick, y'all. When I tell you, y'all, my daughter's 4. My daughter's 4, and I'm just having a conversation with her sister's mom. And that was because she reached out to me. I'm not a come to you type of woman. And when Peyton spoke about the fact that she's not, because there's so many layers to it, like you don't know what understanding that man and woman has, right? That's one. She may already know and be cool with it, and that's a whole nother conversation, y'all. I said something on one of my vlogs about women who stick by men with bad behavior. There's absolutely no consequences. These men can go out here and play with other women and just go right back home to the woman that he wants or he knows is going to ride or die for him. And it's very inconsiderate to an extent. Like, let's keep it a buck. It's inconsiderate. And then she also spoke about the fact that when a man really cares, or I'm going to say love, because y'all, she put it out there. She put it out there to say, well, I don't know. Basically saying that he didn't treat me no better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say he cared about me more because I'm the girlfriend, right? You got a lot of women who do that. I'm the one who had a baby. I'm the one he comes home to. I'm the one who has the title. I'm the one who met the family. Meanwhile, he playing with you, playing with your feelings and not considering your feelings for the sake of getting a nut off on this girl. So I appreciate her not really putting herself on a pedestal in this situation and trying to make it seem like she's the end all be all, and kind of bringing herself down to say, in this situation, we on the same playing field, sis. He did me just as dirty as he did you. You know what I'm saying? Also, Peyton said that on her live, y'all, on TikTok. She did 2 videos on TikTok. And she spoke about the fact that the young lady said that she didn't have a phone. Well, he had broke her phone. Girl, I know I'm skipping all over the place. Let me go back, y'all. Let me go back. So apparently, Peyton went to bowling with this guy and invited the young lady to meet up. And the reason she did that is because she didn't want him to be able to gaslight them, right? So she wanted them both to be able to sit down with him. Oh, y'all, real quick, this is what I'm doing so y'all can see. Pink beads for the pink bone, y'all. Pink beads for being. Anyway, she went bowling with the young man, and she called the girl to meet up so that he wouldn't be able to gaslight them, and so that they can get clarity on what exactly happened, right? Honestly, we already knew what was happening. She already knew what was happening. I think she really just did that to did it with him. You know what I'm saying? So she said that while she was bowling, she heard him, I guess he had grabbed her phone and told her, if this girl comes in here, I'm going to unalive her. So when she spoke about in her vlog, she spoke about how you got to be careful, because sometimes you don't know what extent these men are go to just to not lose what they got, or because they're losing. We already know they're creating these situations themselves, but they do get defensive and protective over situations they're trying to keep at home. So again, equal responsibility right here. So that's another reason why she doesn't necessarily come to women, woman to woman. And I wholly agree. Like, I already don't want to be part of a breakup, right? I don't want to be part of you hurting another woman. Now I'm gonna go run to her inbox and tell her what's going on? Absolutely not. I'm really just gonna remove myself from the situation and carry the hell on. But she invited them, the girl, to the bowling alley. The girl comes to the bowling alley, and a big fight breaks out between her and the guy. Like, she's throwing chairs. Peyton said it was complete chaos. Police was called and everything. He threw the girl's phone, broke the girl's phone, and the girl told Peyton that she didn't have any money. She didn't have any money, and then he broke her phone, and he knows that she doesn't have any money. Now, I'm going to say this, y'all, and give me grace. But also, why the hell do they always be cheating with somebody less than the person they're with? Peyton got $1 million house, and you are out here fooling around with a woman who cannot replace her cell phone. And I know Peyton didn't really say this for this to be a thing, right? But I have to address it because it happens too often. I have to address it. Peyton did offer to fix the young lady's phone, which kudos to her. Shows what kind of woman she is. But it's wild. It's wild what men will sacrifice for a nut. Because let him tell it that's all it was. Let him tell it she stalked him. Let him tell it she was the aggressor. But Peyton saw the messages and said this girl was in love with this man. This girl was completely in love with this man. So y'all, I don't know. I don't know. I think that it's a catch-22 type of situation. Like I said, had she posted his face, y'all, this was one vlog. One vlog she posted. I mean, yeah, one vlog she posted that showed his face. She been dating this man for 7 months. She been talking about him. She might show like his back or show his hand or show, soft launch him. But the moment she showed his face, all hell broke loose. So I want to know from y'all, like, do y'all think bloggers should you post sooner or later? Also, I talked to one of my girlfriends, and we were talking about, whether we wanted to be posted. And I told her, like, I understand women want to be posted, right? Like, you're not going to not claim me. Also, not posting me gives you even more freedom to do whatever, right? But I almost don't want to be posted because it's like, no, don't come out here embarrassing me. I don't want you posting me and then you're doing all types of shit behind my back. And I'm looking like clown face on your page. Like, no, I would rather be hidden. That way when I ugh. That way when I find out, I can kind of like scoot off that relationship and go about my business without it being a thing. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all, did y'all watch it? I want to know, did y'all watch it? How do y'all feel about like posting your significant other or being posted by your significant other when vlogging? Is this something that we should be doing sooner than later so that we can catch things? Or should we not be doing it so we can save ourselves the embarrassment? I don't like, has she not posted him? This could have went on another year. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it's really sad. She seems very, very heartbroken by it. Like I said, she said it's not nothing bad she can say about him. So apparently he definitely was pulling out the stops for Peyton, pulling out all the tricks, pulling out all the good shit for Peyton. And she's having to pull it together now. And like she said, a lot of times she normally has like some type of silver lining or some type of lesson behind it, and she just doesn't have it right now. I'm sure she's gonna eventually get it. We all get that aha moment at some point in time. It doesn't always happen immediately. Sometimes we gotta sit in it. But it often happens, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, y'all. I was just really, really sad to see that because she seemed really, really happy with old boy, even though her previous vlogs, like shortly leading up to that, I did hear her speaking a bit about her trauma in regards to infidelity. So I think at that point she started having some form of a gut feeling. And who knows? Maybe there was a nudge from the universe for her to post him just so that we can wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we're being guided. If we listen, we're being guided by intuitive energy to tell us to do things, and we may not necessarily know why we're doing it or why we're doing it in that moment, but it normally comes very clear, shortly after. Also, y'all, if y'all watch my vlogs, then y'all know I am unemployed. If y'all watched the last vlog when I was headed to Dreamville, honey, I told y'all that I got laid off. Baby. I have not vlogged y'all in all week because I just really cannot pull it together. But I promise y'all I am going to start vlogging again next week. I'm going to continue to vlog my waist bead business, of course. I'm going to continue to vlog my teaching journey. Y'all, I taught a soft life flex flow today. And baby, it was a fire. One thing I have learned is I don't do well when I practice, right? I don't do well when I practice. I feel like if I practice and it doesn't go perfect, then I start to get in my head, right? And then I just don't do well. So I stopped practicing. Even though I really wanted to practice this flex flow with my new playlist, my soft life playlist, I didn't. I didn't. I just showed up because that's what yoga teachers do, baby. We show up. There are some, For me, it's a little different. For a vinyasa yoga teacher, you're going to be working on peak poses for the month. Typically, they practice that a week before. For me, I'm teaching flex. It's the same routine, which is why I soft life themed it today, because I really want to theme my classes. I want to theme my classes. I want to talk to the girls. Y'all, my class is for girls and boys, okay? Let's put that out there. But it's often girls in my class. So I like to theme my class for the girls based on things that we experience, based on things we need to manifest, based on things we need to align with. And soft life is it right now, y'all. Like when it comes to your career, when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to parenthood, we really have to find a way to soft life it. And when I tell you, this theme made my flow so much easier. I don't know, like in my head, I was thinking be soft, be soft, be soft, soften into the poses, but it really worked. It really worked, and my students loved it. They genuinely loved it. And y'all, your girl was so excited by the end of this that I had to go do a solo flow. My body wasn't even tired. Like, I was extremely excited. I mean, my cueing, my message. I spoke to my yoga teacher friend about just not being really bubbly in class. Like, she's extremely bubbly, very energetic. I'm not. Your girl's not. And because I'm a new teacher, a lot of times I go and I'm like focused, y'all. I'm like focused on making sure I do this flow right? But today I walked in there. I was like, yeah, this is a soft life flow. Here are affirmations for today. We're going to think, soft. I want you to think this, practice to be soft, this flow, this 60 minutes I'm running you through needs to be soft. Your career needs to be soft when you go to work. Anything thrown at you this week, allow it to hit you softly, right? It was perfect. It was perfect. So I'm going to run it back again next week, and then maybe I'll move on to another theme, y'all. But let me see real quick before I get off this live if there's any other things I wanted to talk about regarding Peyton. Oh, what I was talking about as well is when I said, the young lady couldn't even fix her phone, and Peyton is, and listen, this is no judgment. I just told y'all I'm unemployed, so please don't believe that I am judging this young lady, because I am not, okay? But again, too often it happens where men cheat with women who aren't necessarily as successful, as pretty, as whatever than the woman they already have, right? And a lot of times I think it's because of the egos. Like, men reside in these egos, and they don't feel comfortable standing next to a woman equally successful or more successful than they are. And I was like, well, I can't see Peyton dating a broke, right? I can't see Peyton dating a broke nigga. I wouldn't say he's broke, but I will say that at one point in time on the phone call, I heard him say, like, my class is here. I got to go teach class or something. I don't know what kind of class he's teaching, but we know teachers don't make that much. So depending on what he's teaching, he might have felt inferior to Peyton, which is going to suck for her, right? It's going to suck. Black successful women struggle greatly with finding love, and it's so unfortunate, because if anybody deserves it, they do. But okay, let's see what else. During a conversation that Peyton had with him on the phone, I kind of cringed a little bit, but I was also proud of her, right? I cringed because when I heard her say to him, we're going to sit down and I would like to talk to you about, what I could have done differently in a relationship or whatever. I was like, ugh, I hope she's not blaming herself. I hope she's not blaming herself, right? However, I was extremely proud of her for handling it like that. Like, if there's something I can learn in this, I still want to learn it despite, right? So that says a lot about her wanting to grow as a person. Because, baby, I might have been like, off my phone. I don't even want to hear it. Do you hear me? I don't even want to hear it. Let me see. What else? Oh, and also, y'all, I put this random thing. I said that I could tell that she was done with him during that phone conversation, but it was almost like she just wanted to get closure. And he was still going through the same F-boy rhetoric. Same F-boy blueprint. You can hear him. Like, I'm like, bruh, you can't come up with nothing else. Like, by now you should know she ain't checking for nothing you saying. And ain't nothing you saying moving at all. Okay, and then also, once he finally admitted messing with the girl, right? Because now it's like, I got proof, you gotta admit it. But then he just wouldn't even accept it wholly. He was just like, oh, she's a stalker and she was aggressive and she came after me. And that kind of annoyed me too, because it's like, homeboy, stay in it. What are you doing? Stay in it. This is not going to get you any further by denying it and then trying to make this woman look terrible. So I think that's the most of my notes. Let me see. Oh, the other thing. Peyton said, y'all, that she admires women that stay. I appreciate her saying that she can't stay, but I don't know if admiring women who stay in relationships where men constantly cheat on them and stuff is a thing. Now, maybe she means if it happens once, right? Maybe that's what she means. But like staying and constantly, I'm not sacrificing myself, my happiness, my peace of mind, my health for a soul. And I don't look up to any other woman who does that either. I don't care that you're married. I don't care that you've been married for 10 years. If it has not been an amazing marriage, there's nothing you can say to me. I'm not going to find any of that appealing. Okay, what else? Oh, the other thing, she was talking about how she looked back on her exes and she realized that her exes aren't that bad. Now, I feel like all of us do that, right? Because as you're going through life, you're going to experience more things, right? Y'all, my ex-husband left me. I mean, once he left me, he cheated. I divorced him. But after I divorced him, him being in his feelings, being a typical nigga, he he basically was MIA for about 4 years, right? Before he missed his kids too much to not reach out. Um, and even then, I still find myself saying he wasn't that bad. Like, homegirl was left with two kids by herself for 4 years, not hearing from this man, and I still will say he's not that bad. Why? Because after him, I experienced abuse. For 7 to 8 long years, I experienced abuse. And then after the abuse, I experienced narcissistic relationships. It was just like hell, y'all. So if y'all don't know, I'm a DV advocate. I'm a DV survivor. I have a channel called Healing Her where I teach women about what to look out for, how to heal post DV, and more. Because one of the things I wish I would have done was heal after I got out of an abusive relationship. I did not. And then I went out here and I got my ass handed to me. One situationship after the other, one F-boy after the other, okay? And so I really wanted to do something to give back and preach the importance of healing. But because I've had all those experiences, it absolutely makes it seem like my ex-husband isn't that bad. So I understood where she came from in that regard, right? We've all had those moments where we look back on some of the guys we've cut off or some of the guys we decided not to go further with and be like, dang, they weren't that bad because what I've experienced, I could have done without, right? But you almost have to trust the process. You have to trust the process and trust that the one for you is coming. And you have to be very aware that you don't self-sabotage that based on the experience you had before, which is again why you have to heal. I feel like Peyton has healed. She definitely talked about going back to therapy. I myself think I need to go back to therapy as well. It is so important in order to process these relationships moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, in order for her to accept that maybe she has some trauma rooted, but not necessarily project, but also know when she needs to listen to her intuition, it's important to do the work. So yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my take on Miss Peyton's breakup. Also, Peyton said something about people watching her channel, you know, wishing on her downfall. And I know that ain't nobody that's on my channel because we don't play them games over here. We don't do that. And if it is, then y'all need to check yourselves because that's trifling. It's really trifling. And I hope that she has more supporters because we really got to do better with handling each other woman to woman. I literally just watched a video about Naziah Harris' story where one of Jarvis Butt's victims came on and she was telling her story and the women in the comment section was terrible. Terrible to the point that the host or the person whose YouTube channel it is basically cussed them out. We got to do better. We got to do better with supporting women. We got to do better with handling each other with care because these men aren't going to do it. They're not going to do it. And so I was really appreciative to see how Peyton handled this young lady with this situation. She didn't blame her. She supported her. She didn't treat her any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't let him gaslight her or triangulate them, because that was another thing I noticed he tried to do. He's like, oh, you can reach out to her, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's giving he about to try to triangulate you. So anyway, y'all, what are y'all doing this pink moon? I hope y'all are doing something fun, something healing, something relaxing. It's a Saturday night. And so, yeah, girl, I'm about to get off of this live, but I really just wanted to come and chat with you guys about that, because I hated that Peyton had to go through that. And I know she feels like it just keep happening. Like we've all felt like it keeps happening. I have literally stopped dating at this point because the shit keeps happening. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the capacity to, while I'm trying to heal my relationship with masculine energy, to continue to allow masculine energy to play with me. Like, I just can't. I just can't. So, anyway, guys, I hope you have an amazing weekend. I'm probably going to go live tomorrow. I have a custom that I want to work on, and I would love for you guys to join me with doing that custom. I'm going to finish these beads tonight. But yeah, girl, until next time, love yourself, protect your energy, and deal with life's bullshit with grace and gratitude. Love ya. Thanks for watching.